Alright, let's start in. Let's just jump right into eyes. You guys have already seen me do primer and foundation a million times, so we're just going to skip that. We're just going to go straight into eye primer. So I'm going to add a generous coat of the Essence I Love Color eye primer. And then I'm going to go into my new Makeup Revolution palette. And I'm just going to take this bone white shade and I'm just going to put this all over my lid. And I'm just going to use that to set the primer. And then next I'm taking my finger and I'm using one of these gel hybrid shades. I believe this one's Glam. And I'm using my finger because it really shows the intensity and the sparkles of the shadow. Like, you get a better payoff when you use your fingers as opposed to a synthetic brush. And then I'm just going to take my Naked palette, and this is the Naked Original palette, and you know all of my vampires always have a little bit of buck going through the crease, so I'm just taking a bit of buck on a fluffy eyeshadow brush and just buffing that through the sockets and bringing whatever's left on my brush down onto my lower lashes to kind of emphasize my dark circles because I have a lot of them, and so does Alice. She has them in the book. So I'm just using that to emphasize them and just to kind of create a rounded, almost doll-like, childlike eye look. So keep everything very rounded. And then next I'm mixing two shades. So I'm mixing this orangey brown color and this purpley brown color. And I'm mixing them together and I'm just adding them on the outer corners and then slowly inching it towards the socket of my eyes. You want this primarily on your outer corners to create kind of like that cat eye look that Alice has, while still keeping your eyes pretty big. And then next, to create her kind of little baby wings that Ashley was sporting in the movie, I'm just using a push liner brush and this black eyeshadow. Like, this is as black as you can get for an eyeshadow. And I'm just pushing that into my lash line, still keeping it very soft, very natural, and just still keeping that same youthful, rounded look. And then whatever is left on my brush, I'm going to just drag that into 1/4 part of my lower lashes just to kind of create a little bit more of Ashley's eye shape. And then I'm going to curl my lashes before applying mascara. I like to give my eyelashes like two curls, so one at the front and one in the middle. And then next I'm taking my favorite mascara. This is the one by Maybelline. I use this on all of my vampires except for, I believe, Carmen. I think she was the only one that I didn't use this mascara for. That was because I was out and I needed to buy a new one, because I love this stuff so much. So I wanted to keep the eyelashes very big, and I'm only doing it on the top lashes and not bringing any to the bottom because I wanted to keep a very open-eyed look instead of shutting it, which is what happens when you add eyeliner or mascara to your lower lashes. And then next I'm going to contour. Ashley and Alice both in the books have very sharp jaw lines, so I'm just going to contour my cheeks and jaw with a cool tone taupey shadow. And then next I'm going to take a little bit of contour on my brush and I'm going to try to chisel out as tiny of a nose as possible because Alice had a very teeny tiny little nose in the book and it was very upturned. So I'm just trying to sculpt out a new nose as best as possible. And then next I'm going to use a little bit of highlighter because when you contour, you obviously need to highlight to bring those shadows forward. So I'm using my e.l.f. Moonlit Pearls highlighter, and I'm using this on a Real Techniques eyeshadow brush. I believe that's what it is. And I'm just going to pack this onto my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, tip of my nose, and my chin. And then next, I'm going to cover my face in, of course, the Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm. Can't go a vampire tutorial without this. And then for lips, I'm using NYX London Lip Liner, and I'm going to keep my top lip very thin. Ashley's lips were very thin at the top, and then her bottom lip was much fuller than her upper lip. So I'm going to overline my my bottom lip, and then keep my top lip very thin before going in with Wet n Wild's Java lipstick. And that's it. You're done.
When the lights go down, I've seen hell in you, but you don't care, no, you don't care, no. You just rather watch me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You